Hey, my name is Cordelia Wilder. My family and I have been attending Eagles View for about 9 years now. My oldest child is Taylor. He is my stepson, and he is 25. He was born with Asperger's. My other child is Hayden. He's 21. Quentin is 19, and he has Down syndrome. Brianna is 16, so she's the baby of the family. My husband and I have been married for almost 22 years. My husband is Jimmy. I think my journey with the ministry actually started when Quentin was born, and I found out that he had Down syndrome. And I knew a little bit about Down syndrome, but I didn't really understand, why I would have a child with a disability. With me and Jimmy being married, and there was just different tensions going on, and I always felt like I was the one carrying the burden of raising Quentin and the other kids. I needed something for me. I needed some kind of support because I was very sad. Not because I had a child with a disability, but just sad, feeling alone, that I was maybe nobody else would really understand. And so it wasn't until the kids were older that we came to Eagles View, and I know that's why God directed us, because one, He wanted to work on me. He wanted to grow me spiritually so that I could really know who He was, and really know and understand that the importance of having a close relationship so that I could trust Him and trust the whole process of where He was taking me and what His will for my life was, and the plan that He had ultimately in starting a ministry. For, I guess, even when Quentin was young, and seeing what he was going through here in the church, there wasn't any bad. I love this church, but that there wasn't really a place for him. There's probably about 1,200 kids here in the district, here in the Saginaw School District, that have some type of special needs. And so if you look at all the families here, there's about 60% of the families just in our area that have some type of disability, that they don't have a church home. And a lot of the families that I've met, they did attend church, but they stopped because there just wasn't a place. The older that the kids got, there just wasn't a place for them. But I knew that it's like, I just can't, I just can't. I'm too busy. Definitely don't know who's going to help me with this. There is a young girl in our church that had a baby who was also born with Down syndrome. And the baby's grandfather came to the church and asked Karen, how was he going to teach his granddaughter about God? How was she going to learn? And that really, when Karen told me about that, it just took my heart away. I thought, okay, this isn't about me. This isn't about Quentin. This is about other people and their families, and wanting to teach their kids, their grandkids, about who God is. It's just amazing how God puts people in your life that He wants you to, because he didn't want me to do it all on my own. It's too big of a responsibility to take on. And God showed me how Melissa Fuller could help me in the ministry. And I approached her with the idea, and she said that she had the same thoughts, that God was showing her the same vision. So, thinking about a name for the ministry, we came across Matthew 19:14, which says, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of heaven." And that's where we got the name Unhindered Ministry. So Unhindered Ministry consists of Sunday mornings, second and third service, having a contained group class, as well as a buddy going in with a child to their own age appropriate class. We do a respite night once a month, and that's just to give the parents time to be alone and to have a relaxation time, because it is very difficult when you're married without a child, but it's even more difficult in a marriage when you do have a child with a disability. I'd have to say to a person that's had something on their heart, a ministry that they've been wanting to start up, kind of like where I was, where maybe feeling like they just don't have the knowledge or enough knowledge about it, they just don't have enough time, to really pray about it. And one thing that I do remember asking was, I was feeling like, what is my purpose? I know that I wasn't just put here just to breathe and just to die. Would just, God, use me however necessary, so that I can do your will, not my will, but so that I can make a difference in the lives of other people.